Hi there, I'm Angelica, and today let's talk about the dimensions of culture between Colombia and Germany in the business context. We are going to exploring cultural differences between these countries. With me are Luz Dari Medina and Juan Castaño. Guys, how are you?
I'm doing all right. Thanks for asking.
Hello, Angelica and Juan. I'm happy to be here.
Okay, before we begin, I'd like to provide a bit more context about the idea or purpose of this meeting. The purpose of discussing the obstacles that can be faced between two different cultures in business context, specifically between Colombia and Germany, using host faith's cultural dimensions is to understand and highlight the potential challenges and differences that may arise when companies from these two countries engage in international trade or collaborations. So let's simulate a business scenario between these two countries where we'll address three of hot faith's dimensions to better grasp the complexities of intercultural business interactions. The first one is individualism. The second one is long-term orientation. And the last one is indulgence. Context. A German company wishes to know the performance and compliance of its suppliers in Colombia. First of all, we will dramatize the situation, and then Juan will explain the dimension and where the obstacle occurs.
All right. I'm going to talk about the individualisms between German individualism versus Colombian collectivism situations. Let's imagine that we are working some Colombian guys with some German guys, and the boss give us a task because we are losing customers, and the sales of the company are not going well. The boss sent an email where all of the marketing department must propose new strategies about how to increase the sales and attract new customers, because without the sales the company is going to disappear. The email was sent individually. However, boss suggests if somebody wanted to make groups to discuss the new strategies, and they were allowed to do it. um, this is the role play situation is scenario one. Hey guys, good morning. I hope everyone is doing well this morning.
Hi Juan, how's everything in Medellin? And Daddy, how are you?
All good.
I must tell you that the weather is quite cold. It is pouring rain overhead, but overall everything is fine.
Tim, did you see that our boss sent us an email last Friday? Because we are not attracting new customers. Basically, the company is not having sales.
Yes, here in Berlin, the directive says that in Colombia it does not seems that employees have a high degree of autonomy in their roles and are not encouraged to make decisions for themselves, as is customary to do here in Germany.
You know that here in Colombia, there is a strong culture of teamwork and collaboration. Colombian workers value making decisions collectively and thus achieving common goals. Colombian employees are loyal to the company and care about the well-being of their colleagues. All right, in this point, we just finished the performance, and I'm going to try to explain a little bit what we discussed before. The German society is very individualist one. Small families focus on the parent-children relationship rather than aunts and uncles. By the contrary, Colombia is one of the lowest individualisms in Latin America region. We're beaten by only Ecuador, Panama, and Guatemala. Colombia is one of the most collectivist cultures in the world since the Colombians are highly collectivist people, belonging to an in-group and aligning themselves with the group's opinion is very important. Also, relationships are more important than attending to attacks at hand. And when a group of people holds an opinion on an issue, they will be joined by all who feel part of the group. By the other side, Germans have a strong belief in the ideal of self-actualization. Loyalty is based on personal preference for people as well as sense of duty and responsibility. Another important aspect to mention here is that German communication is among the most direct in the world. They follow the idea to be honest even if it hurts. While Colombia culture tends to be more softly, the communication style is content rich, elaborating writing public speech, and documents are usually extensive.
Okay, and in this case, I'm going to bring the situation in the second dimension, long-term orientation. Let's consider a scenario which a German company wishes to assess the performance and compliances of the branch in Colombia, where the business culture prioritizes quick results and adaptability. This poses a fundamental challenge for the German company as it strives to balance in German approach with the expectations of the Colombian market, emphasizing the importance of intercultural understanding in the decision making. This German company, which values long-term orientation and building strong relationships, faces the need to adapt to a Colombia business environment that emphasizes agility and immediate results. Okay, let's go to make a dramatization or role play about this dimension. Okay, guys, I also noticed that in the email it was mentioned that we need to develop long-term strategies to attract new customers and improve sales.
Yes, Angie, that is important.
Agreed, Luz, but here in Colombia, we are often more focused on short-term situations due to the rapid changes in the market. A suggestion, maybe we should consider how to balance long-term strategies and with more immediate solutions so that the company adapts to the Colombian mindset.
You're right, Angie. This cultural difference influences business strategies and decision-making focus. We need to organize a board meeting to develop the proposal of balancing long-term strategies with immediate solution.
Agreed, all for increasing sales and following in the market.
Okay, to explain the before dimension or to give some explanation, the provide situation illustrates a scenario where a German company is contemplating expanding to Colombia, highlighting the challenge of balancing their long-term orientation and relationship building approach with the Colombian market. Emphasis on quick results and adaptability. Now let's relate this conversation to the Hofstede cultural dimension scores for Colombian and Germany. Colombian scored 13 normative. This indicates a strong concern with establishing the absolute truth, respect for traditions, and focus on quick results and relatively small propensity to save for the future. According with German, the score is 83, pragmatic. In societies with a pragmatic approach, people believe that truth depends on the situation, context, and time. They adapt traditions to change conditions, have a strong propensity to save and invest, and exhibit thriftiness.
Okay, to continue, I am going to talk about the next dimension, indulgence. This situation, the following performance compares the sales improvement plan of the company in Colombia with that of the same company in Germany. The contrast between the flexibility and creativity of the Colombians and the structure, moderation, and rigor of the Germans can be observed. So that this is the role play from the three scenario.
Okay, guys, I believe that to carry out the plan to improve the company's sales, we need to be more flexible and creative in our strategies to attract customers.
That sounds like a more indulgent approach, Angie. The company in Germany tends to value precision and discipline. Decision making is based on thorough analysis and strict adherence to quality and safety standards.
I understand your point of view, Luz, but in Colombia, we are often open to new ideas and creative approaches. Adaptability and the ability to respond to changing market needs are highly valued here.
Yeah, for example, in the face of an unexpected problem in the production line, here in Colombia, we are willing to quickly try more creative solution to keep production going. We understand that in Germany, there's more structure and discipline approach to addressing the problem according to established parameters.
I understand. So I propose providing cultural competence training both there in Germany and in Colombia. This will help develop skills in an intercultural environment. We can develop a program on flexibility and strategy, which means that here is not one fits all method, and that some situation may require a more length approach, while others may need more moderations.
It is understandable that in Germany, a culture of restraint sometimes prevails, where discipline and structure at work are valued. We need to find a balance between both perspectives.
Of course, that is why it is important to continuously evaluate to outcome and implement strategies. For this, it is important to train leaders and managers as they play an important role in the work environment.
If we find balance between hands and rigidity, we can take advantage of the best of both cultures and create an environment that fosters innovation and efficiency to improve the company's sales. and establish a homogeneous and solid corporate culture.
I am sure that this new approach will help us increase mutual understanding and develop skills to work effectively in the multicultural environment.
It seems great to me. So we have a lot to do. So let's get down to work and see you at the next meeting to review the development of the strategy.
Thank you, Luz.
Keep you in touch, guys.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
To continue the obstacle in the culture shock between flexibility and rigidity and problem solving. To explain the context with this dimension, so let's connect this discussion to Hofstede culture dimensions scores of Colombia and Germany. Scoring a very high 83, Colombian people pose a positive attitude and have a tendency towards optimism, creativity, and flexibility. They exhibit a willingness to realize these impulses and desire about enjoying life and having fun. In addition, they place a higher degree to importance of leisure time, acting as they place and spending money as they wish. The low score of 40 indicates that the German culture is restrained in nature. They tend to be cynical and pessimist people with the orientation have the perception that the action are restrained by social norms and feels that including themselves in so what's wrong. To conclude, let's say changes in cultural disdains between countries have important consequences in all areas. Therefore, assimilating this change provides an important source of competitive advantage for organizations that consider such change in the formulation of their strategies. And that's all. Thank you for
No.
our time.
Okay. See you next time. Goodbye.
Thank you. That's it. Thank you.
Sorry. Creo que se